32 degrees, that is our current temperature, and, that's not bad. We can deal with that.
No, we've got not a special guest, our regularly scheduled guest. Drew is here, and we're going to turn it right over to him because there's a lot of stuff happening. Dr. Drew, tell us all about what's happening in the...
And he's got a graph.
He's got
it's
a graph.
Interesting, that orange line is twice as high as the blue line.
Yeah, let me draw it for the audience. You got a lot of stuff going on in the economics right now. Now, you saw that Trump, he paused the tariffs on some 70 nations, I believe, for 90 days. Mm-hmm. But he upped the antes on good old China. Like he said, it was 145% on Chinese goods. And when you watch some of these commentators, some of them love this idea because... Maybe, I don't know. So I'm kind of thinking about, was this the whole plan in the first place? Right. Was really to get China? Because Trump's been speaking out about China for 30 to 40 years. Mm-hmm. And
let's be clear, that's not been a fair playing field. I mean, it just in our how much we get from them and how much they get from us is a big, big difference.
Yeah, I got some, here's a list of what China is accused of by governments and trade. IP theft. They're openly known to do this stuff. Forced technology transfer. This is where foreign companies are required to share proprietary technology as a condition to access the market. Yeah. Cyber theft. Currency manipulation. That's been going on for so long to make their goods cheaper. And we don't even know how they do it because they're communists. So it's really
and they have slave labor, by the way.
And slave labor.
Big time. Yeah.
And they're committing genocide. Dumping. They have price dumping. They have trade surplus weaponization. So they have, they have a lot.
I just got a text from the NBA. Be careful what you're saying about China.
I know. If you guys don't see me.
Right. NBA. Isn't it crazy how we've become a country? We have so many companies and so much who are defending China, and it's a lot of what they do is indefensible.
And if you look at how they just increased over the last few decades, America really has made them. I mean, you could blame our leaders since Nixon that America's really made China the way it is today, right. And they really use a lot of those communist tactics to try to with their influence in economics. So I'm like sitting back watching this. I'm thinking maybe the strategy of Trump is to always attack China. They call it a reset of the economic order. That's what he might be doing. There's a lot of things going on. The mortgage market is very interesting what's going on too. And the mortgage market, it held steady, but new home purchases and builders, that's on a very low percentage of what it's been for new builds. Okay. So, and I don't know if you noticed this, this past year, houses were selling in the neighborhoods real quick. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then this time it's taken, seems like a few months for some of them. It's been slowing down. But also I wanted to talk about an investment strategy that the audience can do. And this can be very hard because I have to paint the picture of what it is. Yeah. It's called a protective put.
Protective put.
Protective put. Okay. So I just want to explain, what is a put? A put is a contract. It's a contract for a right to sell. Okay. So if you enter into it, let's say you bought a contract for 100 stocks. We'll make it simple and say 1. And let's say it costs $3 to sell. Yeah. I'm sorry, the premium for the contract $3. So if the stock is 100, let's say it's a right to sell for $95. That's all it is. Okay. So if the stock goes bankrupt, the one who sold you the contract, you sell it for $95. Oh, wow. So you make $95.
Okay. All right.
Right. So if it goes down to 90, you made $5. But then you paid the $3 premium, so you really only made $2. Yeah. So this one will paint the picture. What a protective put is, you buy the stock, the asset, and you buy the put. Mm-hmm. So what happens is you buy the stock for $100. Let's pretend it's $100. Say it's Drew Blazsik stock, and it's going to go bankrupt probably. Yeah. My company's horrible. So let's say it's $100. Yeah. And you buy the put, and you have a right to sell for $95. Right. So if the stock goes down to $95, I lost $5 on the stock. Right. And I paid $3 for the contract. Okay. So I'm down $8. Now if it goes down to 90, I lost 10 on the stock, but my contract says I get to sell it for 95.
So even if it goes to 0, you're still getting to sell it for 95.
So sell for 95. Yeah. So what the deal is, every dollar it goes below 95, I lose $1 on the stock, but I make $1 on the put.
Oh, there you go.
So the point, and I can paint this picture good, is that every dollar goes below the strike price is called the selling price. every dollar it goes below that, I lose $1 on the stock. I make $1 in the put. Therefore, the most I can lose on this investment would be $5 because you sell it for $95 plus the $3 premium.
What if that stock goes to 200? Do I get to collect the whole 100?
So if it goes to 200, all you're out of, you paid a $3 contract for the put. You just don't use it then.
Right.
It's insurance. Okay. But if it goes to, let's say you made $300, you're down. You made $300 and then you paid the $3 contract.
I'm assuming you can't do this through Google. So how do you set up such a thing? You're gonna.
It's pretty simple. You just go to E-Trade or something, and you say I want to buy a put on Apple or whatever, Drew Blazsik stock, and they'll have a time frame when you could you can exercise it.
Yeah.
And then it'll have a certain price and when that strike price is.
So it's a protective way during questionable economic
like
times.
Today.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of good investors do that rather than pulling their money out.
Yeah.
It's an insurance plan.
Right.
You don't have to sell it for 95. You can sell it for however high it goes.
Right.
Yeah, but if it goes bankrupt, the most you can lose is 8.
Yeah. Okay. There you go.
3 plus the 5.
Gives you that security.
So it protects you.
A PUT.
That's why we bring Drew Blazsik in every Friday, because he's a genius.
He's a smart guy. Thank you, Drew.
You're welcome.